Black Noir's sudden and tragic death was enough to make a grown man cry. But worry not, friends, this isn't the last time we'll be seeing the Silent Ninja, as he's set to return in the upcoming season, along with 2 other brand new characters. So, how is Noir still alive? And who are these new characters? If you want to find the answers to these questions, stick around and find out. Here's everything we know so far. Starting off with Back from the Dead. The newly revealed photos from the set of The Boys Season 4 has given us a look at the surprising return of a fan-favorite Soup to the Prime Video project, despite his apparent death at the end of the 3rd season. As shared by Comicodigy on Twitter, a set of new photos shows a group of Soups standing side by side in a yet unidentified location. Standing amongst the group is none other than Black Noir himself, teasing his return following the gruesome death of the character at the hands of Homelander in the finale of Season 3. However, what this means for the storyline remains unclear. In a recent interview, the series showrunner Eric Kripke hinted at the fact that although the original Noir was indeed dead, his persona might live on with another Soup behind the mask. Kripke was even quoted saying, "When you have a completely silent, completely mask-clad hero, they're reasonably easy to recast." Also, Noir's return could be the perfect setup for a major comic book twist. Despite the fact that Noir gets his guts rearranged by Homelander, literally at the end of The Boys Season 3, there's still another way for the character to return in Season 4 while also managing to pay off a comic book twist. After 2 seasons of seeing the character play a very limited role, the 3rd season saw the mysterious assassin at the center of the story revolving around the turn of the former #1 hero, Soldier Boy. According to Kripke, while the man who wore the Black Noir suit, Irving, was dead, there would be a new, interesting, and hilarious character brought in to take over his mantle. Nathan Mitchell, the same actor who played the original Black Noir in the first 3 seasons of the show, will also play this new version of the character. After all, we never saw Black Noir without the mask, except for the flashback sequence where another young actor played Black Noir during his amateur years as a Soup. Season 4's Black Noir will be a brand new character, meaning that the show could still play out one of the most popular storylines from the comic series, the Homelander clone twist. In the comics, it was revealed that Black Noir was actually secretly a clone of Homelander, created as a contingency plan to kill the real Homelander if he ever got too and overstepped his bounds. It's a storyline that the show has yet to adopt. On the other hand, it's better that The Boys didn't follow this storyline. Just like with any adaptation from a long-running series, The Boys would need to follow an original storyline separate from the source material if it wants to deliver an original and unpredictable show. A one-on-one adaptation wouldn't have worked as well as The Boys has done so far, especially when you consider the fact that some of the show's greatest moments didn't even come from comics themselves. For example, Stan Edgar, the owner of Vought International, never once appeared in the comics other than having his name mentioned in conversations. Even characters like Ashley and Madeline didn't even exist in the comics. The show has also reinvented some of the established characters, the most recent examples being Soldier Boy and Black Noir, both of whom played major roles in the 3rd season. Black Noir, being a Homelander clone in the comics, has long been a popular topic of discussion ever since the very 1st season, with many fans believing that the show would go on a similar route. So it's good that Kripke ignored this twist, as it would have been too predictable, especially since the Homelander clone reveal was already quite popular, even among the fans who have never even read the comics. Furthermore, the Homelander clone twist can now work much better. Now that we know a new character will step in to play Black Noir, this is the perfect opportunity for the Boys to implement the clone storyline into the plot. Since the Boys chose to skip that twist and instead gave the character an original backstory, there could still be a level of unpredictability if they made the new Noir a Homelander clone. Besides, considering how much Season 3 revealed about Homelander's past, it would make sense to introduce the concept of Homelander clones for Season 4. This would also work, especially since we now know that Vought is engaged in genetic experiments, given the fact that Homelander was made using Soldier Boy's Soldier Boys. Homelander's identity and position in the world was a major plot point for the 3rd season, and that could continue in the upcoming season with his clones. Moving on, the brand new members of the Seven continue a unique comic trick. The inclusion of 2 brand new characters, Sister Sage and Firecracker, into the ranks of the Seven is set to continue the show's biggest comic book trick. Following the events of the Season 3 finale, Vought's most important superhero team is currently short 3 members, but it looks like it won't take long for Homelander to replace the empty seats left behind by Starlight, Queen Maeve, and Black Noir, as 2 new members have officially been announced by the show despite the fact that Season 4 is still a way off. However, the producers aren't aren't worried about any spoilers regarding these characters and their role in the upcoming season, because they're original characters made specifically for the show itself. The two have never once appeared in the comics. This means that other than the official first look at these characters, there isn't any information regarding the new members of the Seven. Thus, the boys have continued their tradition of creating entirely new and original characters instead of just picking any of the characters that already exist in the original comic series. Furthermore, introducing new characters just adds to the show's unpredictability. The unpredictability factor has probably been the best thing about the whole show so far. Moments like Homelander punching a hole through Black Noir's stomach, or Ryan choosing his dad over Butcher, are all major highlights of Season 3, and yet they didn't originate from the comics. Thanks to these changes from the source material, The Boys has managed to create a show that can be pretty much spoiler-proof, as you can't predict which part of the story will be adapted from the comics and which one is original. It's the complete opposite approach to the show than some of the other series, such as the recent Game of Thrones prequel series, House of the Dragon, which followed the source material much more closely. Let's look at what roles Sister Sage and Firecracker will play in the upcoming 4th season. According to Kripke, Sister Sage and Firecracker are dangerous soups and are exactly who Homelander needs on his team. These comments suggest that Homelander himself will be selecting the 2 new members of the Seven, which makes a lot of sense when you look at how Season 3 ended. Now that Homelander runs Vought, it's only natural that he's going to be filling the empty seats on the Seven with soups that he can trust, as he doesn't consider the Deep or A-Train to be on his level. However, even with the inclusion of Sister Sage and Firecracker, there's still 1 seat empty at the table. As of right now, we have no idea if the final spot will go to an original character or if they'll bring in a soup from the comics. Even if it's the latter, the characters can be changed to fit the show. This is proven by how the show has already rewritten Ryan, Soldier Boy, and Black Noir's characters despite originating from the comics. We have no idea how Sister Sage and Firecracker fit into the storyline, or where their allegiances lie during Season 4. Not to mention, the spin-off series Gen V might also help fill that empty spot on the Seven. The most popular theory among the fanbase is that the last member to join the Seven could be one of the characters from the series' upcoming spin-off Gen V. The show follows a group of young soups competing for placements into professional soup teams through a set of challenges at a Vought-run university designed for soups. The winner of the competition might end up joining the Seven, thus perfectly tying both the 2 shows together. Characters such as Golden Boy or Polarity would be perfect fits for Homelander's team, while also rounding out the ranks of the Seven now that filming for the spin-off series has officially been finished. That's a wrap for this video. Do you think the boys will be following the clone storyline? If not, what do you think will happen in the 4th season? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.